Have you ever woken up, taken that first step out of bed, and instantly felt a burning stiffness shoot through your knees or hips? That deep, grinding pain that tells you the weather is changing even before you check the forecast. But have you ever stopped to think about what is causing that burn in the first place? It's more than just a nuisance. It's a thief. That daily discomfort steals your independence. It steals your spontaneous walks, your ability to play with your grandkids, and your peace of mind. It makes you constantly think about where the nearest chair is or whether you can manage those stairs. You are constantly managing the pain instead of living your life, and you are not alone. Millions of active, vibrant seniors are struggling with this exact problem. What if the solution wasn't a pill, but a simple morning habit? We've all been told the usual advice: the pills, the creams, the endless list of supplements that promise the world but deliver very little. You might feel like you are just doomed to endure this pain, and that the only real solution involves surgery or prescription drugs with a scary list of side effects. But what if the pain you feel is just a warning light, and we can turn off the engine that fuels it? But what if I told you the true source of your joint pain wasn't just age, but something you are eating or drinking every single day? Something that is causing a hidden, silent fire to burn right inside your joints, stiffening them up and grinding down your cartilage? The surprising truth is, you might be fueling this fire without even knowing it. And what if the real secret to turning off that painful fire was incredibly simple? Stay with me, because today, I'm going to show you one simple, delicious morning drink you can prepare in under 3 minutes that can instantly start to cool that inflammation. It's not some weird exotic berry or expensive powder. It's made from 3 common ingredients you might already have in your kitchen. And the third ingredient, the one that makes this drink work like an internal firefighter, is the most surprising of all. If you miss this key ingredient, the whole thing falls apart. So stick around for that big reveal. Are you ready to discover the one ingredient you've been skipping? My name is Dr. Sandra Sarati, and for over 25 years, I've worked with people just like you, focusing on natural, sustainable ways to recapture vitality and mobility. I know the frustration of joint pain. I know how demoralizing it is to feel your body betraying you. The usual treatments often just mask the symptoms. They don't solve the underlying problem. The true enemy here is not age, it is chronic inflammation. Think of inflammation as rust on your joints. And we are going to learn how to clean that rust off, starting right now, with a simple morning routine. But first, let's establish why conventional advice about your joints misses the mark. You might be thinking, I've tried everything, and that's okay. But this approach is different because we are going straight to the source of the hidden swelling that causes the stiffness and discomfort in your knees and hips. We are not treating the symptom. We are addressing the root cause. By the end of this video, you will have a complete, step-by-step, easy-to-follow blueprint that goes far beyond just this one drink. You will learn 6 crucial facts about the food you eat and how they affect your joints. 3 myths we need to kill immediately, and a 90-day action plan to get you moving again without that constant, nagging pain. But we must start by understanding the most common mistake you are making every morning. It's time to stop suffering in silence and start living with the freedom and movement you deserve. The solution is simple, effective, and it's about to change your mornings forever. What if this simple change gives you back your life? Now, let's dive right into the core issue, the simple food facts you need to know to truly understand the secret power of this morning drink. This is where most conventional advice goes wrong, and the first fact is something you use almost every day to cook. The very first thing we need to understand is how the modern diet fuels that silent fire in your body. It all comes down to the fats you eat. Do you know which common cooking ingredient is causing the most internal damage? Fact 1. The hidden danger of vegetable oils. You might think using corn, soybean, or canola oil is healthy because they are not saturated fats. But here is the surprise. These oils are loaded with something called omega-6 fatty acids. While you need some omega-6, the modern diet gives you far too much of it, completely throwing your body out of balance. This imbalance is like pouring gasoline on that inflammatory fire in your knees and hips. It actively encourages the swelling and the discomfort. But what if replacing your cooking oil today could be the fastest path to joint relief? Why this matters for seniors is simple. Your body's ability to process and clean out these oils slows down with age, meaning the inflammatory compounds linger longer in your system, specifically targeting your joints. To apply this benefit immediately, you need to switch to oils rich in omega-3 fatty acids, like extra virgin olive oil for cold uses and avocado oil for cooking. This is the first, most powerful step in stopping the inflammatory process before it even starts. Just replacing the oil in your salad dressing is a huge victory. But the second joint destroyer is much sweeter and much harder to avoid. Fact 2. Sugar is not your friend, it's a joint destroyer. Everyone knows sugar is bad for your waistline, but here is the shocking connection to your joints. When you eat sugar, it travels through your bloodstream and eventually binds to proteins and fats, creating something called advanced glycation end products, or AGEs for short. Yes, these compounds are literally named after what they cause: accelerated aging, particularly in your cartilage. Did you know that sugar is literally making your joint cartilage stiff and brittle? If you have chronic knee or hip pain, those AGEs are accumulating in your joint tissue, making it brittle, stiff, and painful. A woman I worked with, we'll call her Martha, was drinking 4 sodas a day. She cut them out, and within 4 weeks, the deep ache in her knees that had plagued her for years lessened by half. It's a simple case story, but it illustrates a powerful truth. Cut back on hidden sugars, especially sugary drinks, and you remove a major source of joint damage. But the next culprit looks healthy, yet it acts exactly like sugar in your body. But here is where it gets surprising. You might think cutting out sugar and changing oil is enough to fix the problem. It's not. There is one common spice many seniors use daily that might be silently causing more damage than you realize. Stick with me, because we will address that next. Could the spice you use every day be secretly increasing your knee pain? Fact 3. The problem with refined grains. Think about the white bread, white rice, and many breakfast cereals you eat. These are refined grains. The refining process strips away all the fiber and important nutrients, leaving behind something your body treats almost exactly like sugar. It causes a sharp spike in your blood sugar, and as we just discussed, that spike creates those joint-destroying AGE compounds. If you eat white bread, you are feeding the inflammation monster in your hips. For seniors, this matters even more because unstable blood sugar affects your overall circulation, which means fewer healing nutrients reach your joints. The fix is moving to whole, unrefined grains. Look for true whole wheat bread, brown rice, or quinoa. This simple switch provides a slow, steady release of energy and a healthy dose of fiber that actually helps clean out your system and lowers that inflammatory burden. Making your sandwich on whole grain bread instead of white bread is a minor change with a major, long-term impact on your mobility. But wait, the next food might surprise you even more. As you've been told, it's essential for strong bones. Fact 4. The silent attack of dairy proteins. For years, we've been told to drink milk for strong bones. And while calcium is important, certain proteins in conventional dairy, specifically A1 casein, can trigger an immune response in some people. This response can manifest not just as digestive issues, but as generalized swelling and joint discomfort throughout the body, including those sensitive areas like the knees and hips. Could the milk you drink every morning be the unexpected source of your stiffness? Before I give you the best anti-inflammatory food you can eat, consider experimenting with dairy. Try eliminating all conventional dairy products for 2 weeks. See how your knees feel. Many people report a noticeable reduction in stiffness. If you are not ready to completely give it up, consider switching to goat, sheep, or A2 milk, which contain a different type of casein protein that is much less likely to cause that internal inflammatory reaction. But don't worry, the next fact is about the healing spices that can reverse all this damage. Fact 5. The power of spices, the good and the bad. Earlier, I teased that a common spice might be causing trouble. The culprit is often high intake of salt. While salt itself isn't inflammatory, excessive sodium intake causes fluid retention and puts stress on your circulatory system. When your system is stressed, it often exacerbates existing areas of swelling, making your joint pain feel much worse. How much hidden salt are you actually eating every day? The good news is that other spices are superheroes. I'm talking about turmeric and ginger. The active compound in turmeric, curcumin, is nature's most potent joint soother. It works by blocking the molecules that trigger inflammation. Ginger does something similar, providing a warmth that increases circulation and helps deliver healing oxygen to your joints. These two spices are non-negotiable additions to your new morning routine. But wait until you hear the third key ingredient in our drink that amplifies their power by 10 times. Without this one trick, the turmeric is almost completely useless. Fact 6. Hydration is lubrication. This might sound like the most basic advice, but most people, especially seniors, are chronically dehydrated. Your joint cartilage, the cushioning material between your bones, is over 60% water. When you are dehydrated, that cartilage loses its plumpness and resiliency, making your joints less like well-oiled hinges and more like squeaky, grinding gears. If you feel your joints grinding, the problem might be much simpler than you think. Think of your joints like a sponge. When the sponge is dry, it is stiff and hard. When it is full of water, it is soft and bouncy. To keep your joints healthy, you need to ensure you are drinking enough water throughout the day, not just when you feel thirsty. Keep a glass of water on your nightstand and drink it the moment you wake up. You might think this is enough, but adding the ingredients in our special drink ensures that water is absorbed and utilized efficiently. But what are those final 3 magic ingredients that change everything? Now that we have covered the key facts about what fuels inflammation, let's talk about the specific solution. The simple 3-ingredient morning drink that helps instantly kill that inflammation in your knees and hips. Get your pen ready, because the recipe is coming up right now. The first ingredient is simply warm water. Not hot, not cold. Warm water starts the digestive process gently and aids absorption. But why is the temperature so important for your joint relief? The second ingredient is the powerful spice we just discussed. Turmeric. Use a half teaspoon of high-quality organic turmeric powder. You already know turmeric is great, but the key is how we make it work. But here is the shocking number 3, the secret ingredient that makes this drink so much more effective than just drinking a simple turmeric tea. It is black pepper. Can something so basic really be the missing piece to solving your knee pain? Yes, black pepper. Here is why it is critical. The active component in black pepper, called piperine, is responsible for increasing the bioavailability of the active component in turmeric by up to 2,000%. Without the black pepper, your body only absorbs a tiny fraction of the inflammation-fighting power of the turmeric. It simply passes through your system. When you combine them, it's like activating a secret weapon designed to specifically target and soothe the discomfort in your joints. Remember, skip the pepper and you waste your turmeric. The anti-inflammatory morning drink. Recipe: 1 cup of warm water, 1/2 teaspoon of organic turmeric powder, 1/4 teaspoon of freshly ground black pepper. You can also add a pinch of cinnamon for flavor and an extra metabolic boost, plus 1/2 teaspoon of ginger for extra power. Stir well and drink it first thing in the morning on an empty stomach. Take a screenshot of this recipe now so you don't forget it. This simple routine begins the process of cooling the inflammation fire before you even eat your breakfast. A little bit of healthy fat, like a few drops of coconut oil, can also help absorption even more. Try it for 15 days and notice the difference in your first steps out of bed. But first, we have to destroy the 3 most common myths that keep people stuck in pain. Myth breakers. Don't let these misconceptions hold you back. Before we finalize your action plan, we need to address 3 very common misconceptions that stop seniors from finding real relief. These are widely believed, but they are absolutely false. Are you believing a lie that is keeping your joints painful? Myth 1. Joint pain is an inevitable part of getting older. This is the biggest lie we tell ourselves. While some wear and tear is normal, chronic, debilitating pain is not inevitable. It's often a sign of chronic systemic inflammation that can be controlled and reversed through diet and lifestyle changes. Many people in their 80s and 90s maintain excellent mobility because they follow these anti-inflammatory principles. If you're willing to make the change, your body can still heal. The process of cartilage degeneration is not always a one-way street. But if age isn't the problem, what is? Myth 2. Rest is the best medicine for painful joints. When your knees or hips hurt, the natural reaction is to sit down and stop moving. While acute injury requires rest, chronic joint pain from inflammation actually benefits from gentle movement. Movement promotes the circulation of synovial fluid, which is the natural lubricant for your joints. Think of it like pumping fresh oil into an old engine. Resting too much causes the joint to stiffen up more, creating a vicious cycle of pain and inactivity. Low-impact activities like walking, swimming, or stationary cycling are essential for long-term relief. So if you've been resting, you might have been making your pain worse. Myth 3. Expensive supplements are necessary for joint health. The supplement industry is a multi-billion-dollar business, and many joint relief products promise magic. The truth is, your body absorbs nutrients far more effectively when they come from whole, real foods and simple, bioavailable ingredients like the ones in our morning drink. Focusing your money on buying higher quality oils, more fresh vegetables, and the right spices will provide infinitely better results than any expensive pill. Stop wasting money on magic pills and focus on your pantry instead. Your 90-day implementation blueprint. Now you have the knowledge, you know the 6 foods to watch out for, and you have the recipe for the powerful morning drink. But knowledge without action is useless. This is your simple, step-by-step daily and weekly action plan to start reclaiming your mobility and confidence. This blueprint is the key to turning knowledge into real, lasting relief. The daily routine. Focus on consistency. Morning firefighter, day 1 onwards. Immediately after waking up, prepare and drink the warm water, turmeric, and black pepper drink. This starts your day by actively fighting inflammation. What's the very first thing you'll do tomorrow morning? Hydration anchor. Aim for at least 8 glasses of water spread throughout the day. Have 2 of those before noon. Don't wait for thirst. Be proactive with your joint lubrication. Oil swap. Today, swap out all corn, soy, or canola oil in your pantry for extra virgin olive oil and avocado oil. This is a foundational, non-negotiable change. Will you make this one essential swap today? Gentle movement. Commit to a 10-minute slow, comfortable walk or seated stretching routine. Just 10 minutes. Consistency is more important than intensity. Remember, gentle movement is the new rest. The weekly focus, building momentum. The dairy test, week 1 and 2. Completely eliminate all conventional dairy for the first 14 days. Observe and journal your stiffness and pain levels. Reintroduce it slowly in week 3 if you choose, but notice how your body reacts. What if the biggest change comes from taking away one food? Whole grain commitment. Shop for whole grains only. Purchase brown rice, whole oats, and whole wheat bread. Toss out the refined white products. Make this your last week of feeding the inflammation with white bread. Spicy addition. Commit to adding extra ginger and turmeric to at least 3 meals per week. Try them in soups, smoothies, or mixed into roasted vegetables. Are you ready to make your food your best medicine? Measurable expectations. What to look for. 15 days. You should notice a subtle but undeniable change. The first steps out of bed might be less sharp. You might feel a little less stiff after sitting for a long period. 30 days. The general chronic ache should be significantly reduced. You may find you are reaching for pain medication less often. Your energy levels may improve because your body is spending less energy fighting internal swelling. Imagine reaching for your keys instead of your pain bottle. 60 to 90 days. This is where the transformation takes hold. You will likely experience a profound difference in mobility. You'll stop thinking about your joints constantly. You might be able to manage activities you thought were lost, like a walk around the block or playing on the floor with your grandchildren, without that immediate, punishing discomfort. This is the promise of consistent, focused action. What new activity will you try once your joints stop hurting? I want you to take a moment and just imagine 90 days from now. Imagine waking up, and instead of the first thought being about pain, your first thought is simply about the day ahead. Imagine moving without the need to brace yourself, without that constant nagging worry about your knees or hips. Imagine the freedom to say yes to an unexpected outing. That is not a pipe dream. That is the reality that is absolutely within your reach, simply by making a few intelligent, consistent choices every single morning. Are you ready to commit to this future? You have the tools right now. The power to cool the internal fire, to clean the rust off your joints, is in your kitchen, not just in the pharmacy. Start tomorrow morning with that simple drink. Make the swap in your pantry today, and watch the life you thought you lost start to come back. Don't delay your freedom any longer. If this message resonated with you and you are ready to commit to a more mobile, comfortable future, please do two things. First, give this video a thumbs up. It helps spread this critical information to other seniors who are suffering in silence. Second, tell me your age in the comments below. Let's build a community of active seniors who are winning the fight against inflammation. What one step will you take today? Finally, subscribe to the channel. Don't miss our next video where we dive into the one common herb that helps your body restore cartilage. Click the notification bell so you don't miss a thing. You don't want to miss the next piece of this puzzle. You deserve to live a life full of movement and joy. Take that first step tomorrow. What's stopping you from starting right now?